that SIU is doing to advance manufacturing in southwestern Illinois, and you've heard about the role that the National Corn Ethanol Research Center plays both locally and nationally in terms of enhancing productivity for corn to ethanol production. And you've heard that there are going to be 2 grants awarded today to support these entities. We're really proud and fortunate to have Representative John Shimkus serve the SIU campus. I can tell you in my 5 years working here at SIU, no one is more dedicated to the growth and betterment of this university. So Congressman Shimkus, we would like to welcome you. We'll announce the grant amounts when you come up and say a few words, but I want to thank you on behalf of SIU for everything you do to support this great university.
Thank you, Chancellor. Glenn, it's good to be back with you. Having served in Congress with President Richard, there's few people who really believe with their integrity fully intact, and Glenn did that, and I think that's attributable to his continued success in the arenas since he elected public office, and it's always great to spend time with you either up here or down in Carbondale. And it's good to see Bob McClellan here. When this SIAM portion of this morning session, when SIAM was initiated, it was Bob who grabbed me and asked me to go to his office and talk about this. And so that's when we started working through the legislative process with the Department of Commerce, and lo and behold, that's something we can be very, very proud of. And not only because of the advanced manufacturing, but what it does for the student body to be around real applications. I'm really a military guy, but in the military you always teach hands-on training. Actually putting your hands on the equipment is the best type of education you can get, and that's what happens here. So that's why it's a very exciting thing. It's also fun to see Greg here. Greg and I were visiting, and of course he's using the facility in conjunction with the university and the center. And we're old Ambrosius Place neighbors from days back when we were young children. So it's, what's that, 7 degrees of separation, you know, you're going to connect, and so it's good to see him, and I've asked him to keep me informed as he moves on the process, and if things happen the way we hope they'll happen, there'll be more good news, and we can really extol the virtues. But I think the success of these programs, sometimes they're not uniform, but I think it's important to see the success in the business applications down the road. And that helps us, the schools, that helps the Department of Commerce, that helps us debate on these evil earmarks that we get, right? Because if you can roll out these and say, here's what we did, here's the partnerships we developed, here's the end success, I think they pass the scrutiny from the public. And that's true with SIAM, and that's true with the National Corn Ethanol Research Center. So it's just a pleasure to be here. The climate is such that it's very challenging. We ought to be about, I think part of the frustration with the climate is what we ought to be about is job creation, is what we ought to be about. And I think in both of these applications, we're also talking about the ability to create jobs. We have to stay on the cutting edge of technology, whether that's in the manufacturing region or it's the decrease in our reliance on imported crude oil through the movement on renewable fuels, whether that's corn-based ethanol or whether it's eventually the cellulosic debate. And the great thing that we have taken through my association with the university is an all-the-above approach. We want all comers. We don't want government to pick winners and losers. We want the research and the debate and the competitive nature of us as human beings and science and technology to provide that incentive so that we all win. When we're competing, we all win. And that's why, again, connecting with the university system is important. And it's always fun to be here because I'm alone. This is where I got my MBA. Every time I want to mention that, because not every time people have seen me on this campus was not always a good time, Chancellor. I'm a 6-year MBA graduate, right on the schedule. Of course, I went through a couple campaigns, and I also had to retake a class. So not every time I darkened the doors were good times, but it is good to. I like to feel I'm very loyal to institutions that have been good to me. My dad got his associate's degree here. My wife got her master's in organ performance here. And although these are taxpayer checks being delivered, I would not fear, and in fact, I'd be very proud if one of my children, they're not there yet, if they want to choose this for their higher education, and then some personal checks start rolling this way, I would not be adverse to that. So I'm not sure which direction they will go, but I think we have a jewel in the Southern Illinois University system. Both campuses we should be proud of, and we just need to continue to support those institutions. So thank you for the hospitality and the group that gathered here today.